Hi, everybody. It's Kristen with the Williams team in Austin, Texas. We have a change of scenery this week. We've been in Rockport for the week for fall break, and we're headed back to Austin today, but it's been a nice change of pace and change of scenery here down in Rockport, Texas for the week. That said, I'm here to bring you the housing update, and I'm going to address a lot of the questions I've been getting around interest rates and what do we do with interest rates, right? Interest rates, as many of us know, and we hear a lot in the news and lots of headlines about the rates being higher. So they're right now, they're right around that historical average dating back to 1992. When Carter and I first bought our very first house, our first home, interest rate was 6.5%. And then our first investment property that we bought in 2008 was, I think, 7.25. So rates are really not too far off from when I started selling real estate 16 years ago. But that said, they are a lot higher than they have been in the past year, and they have dramatically increased. So one thing that different lenders are doing are different buyback programs. So one program that I have heard about that I think is a really great option that I'm sharing with buyers is basically what the lender will do is, as a buyer, say you're a home buyer or say you're a home seller, be willing to offer some sort of a credit to the buyer so that they could do a buyback or a buy down incentive program. So what that kind of would look like on a $550,000 home is the buyer would request a $22,000 credit from the seller. So instead of the seller doing a large price drop on the price of the home, which in all honesty, the list to sales price ratio, meaning what a buyer is able to negotiate off, is oftentimes more than $22,000. So this could be a win for a seller too, because this helps a buyer be able to afford a payment. And so what we would do in this instance is that $22,000 would kind of be banked by the mortgage company. And in year one of that mortgage, the buyer's payment would be reduced by $900. And then in year two, the buyer's payment would be reduced by about $550. And then in year three, the third year of that buyer's payment, it would be reduced by about $300. So what that does is for the first 3 years of the buyer's loan, they have a credit that helps them pay a lower mortgage payment, and they can use that payment, or a buyer can use that money. The buyer still has to qualify for the higher payment, yet that money is kind of banked, and then the mortgage company is strategically siphoning the money out, which makes it a little bit of an easier payment for the buyer to stomach. And within 3 years from now, the forecast is telling us that most likely interest rates will probably have stabilized and be below where they are at today. They probably, in our lifetime, are never going to go back down to like 2.5% or 3%. I mean, who knows? It's possible. Anything's possible, right? But it seems unlikely. That was a kind of unprecedented times. So it seems unlikely that rates are ever going to get that low ever again. Yet they will probably get into the 5 percentile range, and that's where they will stable when we're in a kind of a stable, healthy economy without inflation impacting where we're at. So anyhow, I just wanted to explain that. I feel like I get a lot of questions, and I thought that might be a helpful explanation. If you're looking to buy right now or you're looking to sell, those are the two strategies that I really think are important to just have a good conversation with us about, so that we can kind of guide you. And if you're not looking to make any sort of real estate moves in the next year, then I think things are probably going to look a lot different in about a year from now. So I'll keep you guys updated each week, as I have been for the past, I don't know how long I've been doing this. And y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday.